Hey everyone, I'm back again, and today I have a very personal message that I really want to share with you guys. I am currently going through some of the biggest transition and some of the best growth personally that I'm super proud of myself for, and I want to share some of that with you guys because I know all too well what it's like to be on the other side of what I'm currently transitioning through. And I want to dive into that for you guys, where you can apply what we're going to be talking about into any area of your life. But basically it's where we seem to be most attached. And the example that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on a very deeply personal way is openly about what I'm going through in intimate relationships. So I'm going to dive into this. Hope this one serves you. Share away if you know that there's people in your life who could let go of things in a really good way, and maybe they're struggling with letting go of things, and have a better perspective over the future and the possibilities, rather than getting caught up in the past or what you stand to lose. It's about focusing on what you stand to gain. Okay, so today's message is that sometimes you have to let go of things as they are in order to unlock the potential of things to become what they could be. Okay, and this is a huge one for me personally, in the realm of intimate relationship. And the reason is because I've got a higher level of consciousness at this point, because I've gone through the pain so many times I'd have to be completely clueless to not at this stage wake up to my own personal patterns. And one of my biggest patterns in intimate relationship that has gotten me into a hell of a lot of trouble, in every single one of my relationships, if I'm totally open and honest with you, has been my ability that looks like a beautiful thing, right? But I fall in love with the potential. I see where things could be, right? I see the best in this other human being, and I kind of idealize what the potential future could be. And that sounds really beautiful, right? Sounds like, it's so nice to see the best and see the potential and whatever. But at the end of the day, what I've realized on a much deeper level is that I've been more attached and connected to a future possibility and a potential than the actual circumstances of a relationship that may or may not be actually meeting my expectations in reality. Okay, and so that's part of the journey that I'm on right now. So I found myself, in relationship with an incredible man, one who I've just had absolute new appreciation for, just recently by going through the transition of what I'm talking to you guys about today, and actually just owning and taking full responsibility for my own patterns that had blocked my heart from truly opening up to the depths that it yearned to, but just didn't feel like it could. And the way that I've been able to do that is to take ownership of my own patterns first and foremost, and also see the patterns of my partner and have an open conversation about that from a place of true love. And yeah, it sounds all airy-fairy and corny, but honestly, my ability to do that has unlocked this whole new level of my ability to love a person, and see into the core of who they are, but not lock onto that and go, because I see how beautiful you are, that means I'm going to be in relationship with you for the long term, even if my needs aren't being met, right? That's the key, and that's the difference, and that's what I'm going to be talking into with you guys today. So to be open with it, basically what's happened is I've had to call it. I've had to call a relationship to go, it's the end, right? We have to go on our separate journeys right now, and I'm really clear about that. And it's taken me a lot to get to this point. Had lots of coaching individually, coaching as a couple, doing lots and lots of work around this sort of stuff, and basically getting to me to a point of taking full ownership and responsibility for my own future, and not expecting somebody to live up to a potential that I see, and sacrifice what I need right now for the possibility of that coming true. And what we've actually been able to navigate right now, like, we are so beautiful and so kind and loving to one another. Like, honestly, there's just such a depth of love there for each other and who we each are. And yeah, it's not his choice to make this happen, but since he's understanding where I'm coming from and the reasons behind everything, he is starting to actually see that and actually go, all right, like, maybe I need to admit this, right? And so it's a really, really powerful experience that we're going through and journeying on. And basically what it comes down to is that what the dynamic that we've created has been one where we were kind of trying to fast track the growth that we needed as individuals and find it in, the idealized relationship, okay? And so what has happened though recently, really diving at a much more granular, deeper level in my own personal development, which allows me to understand him at a higher level and relationships at a meta perspective on a much higher level as well. I've been able to see and take ownership of what's been getting in the way. And for me personally, that's been about me falling in love with potential and sacrificing what I need right here, right now, is part of my pattern, and just settling for harmony rather than what I truly, truly need, not just the potential I can see in another person to eventually potentially meet that for me, but I have to, realize that if I stay in that scenario, the onus is on me. If 5 years from now, my needs still aren't getting met on the level that I need them, he's not to blame, I am, right? I'm choosing that. And part of my personal journey in order to create and get to the point where I can create the depth of connection that I truly am inspired to create, I need to become more self-reliant in my own self, right? And I need to get stronger on owning and valuing what my needs are and not just settling for harmony and meeting other people's needs. So there's a bunch of my own personal work that I need to go through right now. And then on his side, his challenges have been more around, letting go of the past, and healing some wounding that he's needed to do for a long time now. Okay, and so basically trying to be in relationship with one another, it almost feels like we met each other just a little too soon, but I don't believe in that, because I do believe that everything happens for a reason and a purpose that serves you exactly how it's supposed to in your timing, right? But basically, we're at a point right now where, we have to be able to let go of our dynamic and our relationship in order to even have the possibility of a potential that we both want, right? And maybe it will work out that way, maybe it won't. I don't know, right? But all I do know is that the right thing for both of us is to go on our own separate journeys right now and to focus on the work that we individually need to do in order to unlock the potential of the experience of relationship that we ultimately want to experience, whether that's together or not, right? But doing this and what we're doing is super challenging, but oh my gosh, like, I've never experienced the level of love and appreciation and just being in absolute awe of another human being. It's like everything that inspires me on the deepest level, I'm actually experiencing right now in the place that you'd be least likely to experience it on first thought, which is the breakdown of an intimate relationship. Because all of my previous breakdowns of relationship, I don't know about yours, but they haven't ended amicably, right? And they've gotten better over time, but, it's never been how I've ultimately wanted it. And that's because there's two people, right? And you're going to operate differently. But at the end of the day, I took full ownership and full responsibility for my own patterns so that I had zero blame for this other individual. And by doing so, all I could possibly see is just how beautiful his heart is, right? My love my heart ultimately, I know this sounds corny, but just fell in love with his heart. Like probably, I've had some walls up because of my own self-work that I need to do, and sensing the work that he needed to do, and knowing that the dynamic was never going to be quite what we wanted it to be until we went on our own individual journeys, which is what we're about to embark on right now. And I feel like this huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders, because I've sensed, that there's something hasn't been quite right. And now I feel like the answers have come in the ownership of my own patterns and his own patterns, and seeing and getting to this point where we're able to let things go as they are in order to unlock the potential of how things could become. All right. So it's really important. And everywhere in your life, when you latch on too tightly, you're going to lose your fingernails, right? So you've got to notice, what are you attached to, and that is actually where your work is, and that's some of the work that, we're ultimately doing as individuals, and, a big part of the journey. So me sharing this so openly and honestly with you guys, I really hope that it's had the effect of getting you to actually look at your own relationships and your own relationship with yourself, and getting you one step closer to really owning and taking responsibility for your own patterns, so that you can ultimately unlock your potential and not just stay attached to something because it's certain, right? It could be the very thing that's costing you what could be in your future. And everything is about reaching the next level of your potential, right? So that you can get to the end of your life having lived it fully, wholeheartedly, leaving nothing left in the tank. So you have no regrets and you're totally fulfilled because you did the work and you made the choices that would direct the course of your life, no matter how scary, they are, or potential conflict inducing they may be. That's no reason to stay stuck. All right. So go and do the courageous thing. And the moment you do that, you will become the person who can handle it. All right. So really hoping that this is serving you. And I can't wait to dive in and check in with you guys and see who's been able to join me, and ask you if you have any questions or any words of wisdom or any experience that you want to share in this conversation. I'd absolutely love to engage with you. So drop me a comment and let me check in. So I have got Moises and Justin, much love to you, my friend. And Christopher is here as well, and Ram's in the house. Hi, Ram. And AJ and Tommy and Matthew, hello to you, my friend. And Ram, so true. What we hold on may be the barriers. Absolutely. Yeah, totally. And that's what this is all about. Because if my partner and I had chosen to throw that out the window, that's too challenging, going on our own growth journeys by ourselves and, doing that alone, that's too scary. If we'd chosen to be weak like that, what would happen is we'd continue to torture one another, right? We'd be in a scenario where we were sacrificing our own growth and the potential of depth of connection that we can experience in relationship for comfort that ends up being the most uncomfortable experience ever when you're not doing the things that you need, right? And so absolutely, you've got to be able to let go of things sometimes so that they have the opportunity to become what you deeply want. And in this scenario, whether that's with this incredible human being or it's with another incredible human being for each of us, who knows? But the fact is, we're clear and we know that we can't keep on going on the way that we've been going on. We have to take responsibility for our patterns and go on our personal journeys right now to, really work through that stuff. And yeah, honestly, I just feel immense love and gratitude and zero hatred or any of that stuff that I've previously experienced in the breakdown of previous relationships. So that's why I started off saying I'm feeling incredibly proud of myself and this other human being for what we're actually managing to do. So really, really beautiful thing. and Denzel's here, and Jerry, hello, and Beanie, and Elliot, hi Elliot, good to see you, and Matthew, been flat chat, would love to personally catch up with you, DM preferred times whenever available, please, great topic, discussion, awesome. Awesome, Matthew. Well, remember, we do have our group coaching session coming up this weekend, Sunday your time in the morning. So I'm so pumped for you to meet the other guys in the team. So we can do a big, massive deep dive then. I can't wait to see you there. And look out for the details in your email. You'll have the links. We can connect, whatever. It'll be amazing. And any of you guys who aren't in the Limitless Potential Academy and you want to be around people who are absolutely reaching for the next levels of their potential, just like the amazing Matthew in the house right now, then definitely shoot me a message and I'll let you know the details. We've got our next group coaching session happening this Sunday, Aussie time in the morning. And so, yeah, can't wait. Can't wait to see you there, Matthew. And Michael's here as well, and Aiden and Judy and Jerry, I'm grateful that this is an awesome message for you. Thank you so much for letting me know. And Simon's here as well. Love it. Can't wait to catch up on Sunday. Yes, Simon, it's going to be amazing. And yeah, really excited, Simon, for you to meet Matthew, Matthew for you to meet Simon, and all the rest of the gang. It's going to be awesome. All right, so thank you so much, guys, for showing up, and I really hope that me being super open and transparent with you guys around my own intimate journey that I'm currently right in the middle of, I hope that it's been super valuable for you. I'm feeling incredibly loved up and empowered through this whole process, so I wanted to share it with you guys, and I know it's one of the most challenging experiences that we can ever go through as human beings, which is the breakup or the breakdown of an intimate relationship, but I don't actually see it that way. I see it the breakthrough to the next level of our potentials. So hope this has served you. As always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has definitely served you. And please do share this with anybody in your life who has struggled with a breakup of a relationship or currently going through that, a transition, or anybody else that you know will find this valuable. Greatest gift that you can ever give to me is to share these messages. So thank you so much. And Corey is here as well. Much love to you, my friend. I hope those of you who are just catching and tuning in right now catch the recording, get a ton of value from it, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Much love.